Hi guys! Today we're going to talk about the book The Giver by Lois Lowry, as suggested by Doug. This book is a very good book. It's a quick read. I very much suggest it for anybody who just wants to read something or looking for something. When I first started, I looked at the cover and I was like, oh, okay, so maybe it's about this nice old man and maybe it has something to do with the woods and it gives people stuff. And then I started reading it, I'm like, the cover has nothing to do with the book. Halfway through the book, I'm like, I see what you did there. I see what you did there, because that makes sense. They had an awesome cover for this. You're going through it, you're reading it, and you're like, oh, okay, it's like every day, but it's kind of futuristic. But retro in a way, because everybody rides their bikes through the streets. Nobody has cars, nothing. Their jobs are assigned to them, and they're called by their ages, like, I'm a 3, or, gosh, I remember when I was a 3. Not when I was 3 years old, when I was a 3. And when you're 12, you get job placement. And it's really interesting. The government's always watching them constantly, but it doesn't bother them, they're used to it. And then you get farther into it and you realize that this world is not like you had thought you had been reading. It just blows your mind. It's like, bam, 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 there's like another twist to the story, another twist to the story. So that's the end of the non-spoiler part. I suggest you really should go read it. It was a good suggestion for me. Quick read, just go read it now. So if you haven't read it, go read it. Okay, bye, bye. Okay, if you guys have stayed, it's either because you have either read the book or you haven't read it and you don't care. You just want to know what happens. First off, we're going to talk about how my mind was blown when I found out like what he was starting to figure out. This whole time I'm thinking it's this colorful place and it's really cool, but it's not. You know, it's my imagination making that stuff up because there are no adjectives really describing the place. And so when I found out that everything is in like black and white, and then he can see color, I was like, okay, that's weird. That's really weird because nobody sees color. And then another thing, when I found out that there were no hills, it's all flat, it's all paved, there's no terrain, there's nothing. It's like, that's why everybody rides their bike, because it's no problem. And then I find out that nobody's ever heard of snow or rain or warmth or cold or anything. And it's like they don't feel. That's another thing. They don't feel anything. They don't know what love is. And this is so weird. Another thing, no lust whatsoever, no love, nothing. You're placed with a wife, you're placed with a husband, and then you're placed with children. You don't have the children yourself. You're allowed to have one son and one daughter, and that's it. And then you move on with your life. There's no grandparents either. Once you get a job, you move out, and then your parents go to a childless adult place, and then you have your own kids, and everybody forgets about the parents, and then they go to the old people's place, and it's just like recycling, sort of, you know? And it's just one thing after another. It's like, this place is so weird. And they don't know anything about death either. They call it being released, but they don't realize that it's dying. When you first hear it in the book, you think it's dying, and then you go through it, and you're like, okay, maybe they're just sent beyond to some other place. But then you find out it is really dying, being killed. But they don't realize they're doing it. When it ended, I thought it could have ended better with a few more pages. I remember being like 10 pages away. I'm like, there's no way they can finish it off when it's so awesome and it's going. There's like no way they can end it the right way in 10 pages. And they didn't. So if I have time, I will put a link here for you to go watch my first video. Tell me what you guys thought about the book. Like, were your reactions as big, or did you like not have any feelings for it at all? Leave your thoughts down in the comments, and also your suggestions for other books. The next one I will be reading and reviewing is not going to be a suggested one, but the one after that will be. I have it all planned out for the next 2 or 3 books, but your suggestions will be noted. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, more videos to come. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.